Hi again, everybody. Welcome to Sit Down with Ted here at Schreiner University. My name is Ted Davis, and we are joined today by Matt Comuzzie, Sports Information Director, and all things technology-wise
yes, sir.
Here at Schreiner and the streaming broadcast. You're behind that. And first of all, Matt normally is behind the camera.
This is weird.
Now you're in front of the camera here. Look at that camera.
Yep.
And Matt is not wearing a baseball cap. 99% of the time, Matt wears a baseball cap.
I had to look nice today.
I didn't know you actually had hair up there.
I know. I had to actually put the gel in, all that.
Yeah, you've been a part of Schreiner for a long time and really grew up a Mountaineer. Your mom is kind of legendary here.
She is.
In terms of her tenure here at Schreiner. Talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I pretty much grew up on the campus. My mom been working here since before I was born, so a lot of times I would stay home sick from school. I'd come hang out in her office all day. You know, she tells stories of like her students babysitting me as a little kid, and yeah, I mean, I've seen the campus grow from, you know, nothing around here to where we're at now. It's been pretty special. So
now she's been teaching here for 40 years, right?
Something like that. I mean, I'm 28 and she's been here longer than me, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she's a legend on campus.
Yeah,
you talk about Mrs. Comuzzie, and everybody knows her.
Yeah, she gives me a hard time a lot because she used to be the popular Comuzzie around here. Then I kind of took over for a bit, but.
Now, when you came here, was there ever any doubt that you were going to be a Mountaineer?
Yeah, so when I did my undergrad at A&M Corpus Christi, and when I first was applying around there, my mom, you know, there was an option come here, but she was a dean at the time, and I didn't want her in my business too much. So when I finished my undergrad in marketing, I still wanted to keep going a little bit further, kind of separate myself in the professional world. So I decided to do my MBA, and I knew Schreiner had a great MBA program here that I could do all pretty much in a year online. Should look into it if you haven't. It's great. And so I did my MBA and kind of started working for the athletic department at the same time. So
what led to you doing the job you do now? Really,
I mean, I knew I always wanted to work somewhere in athletics. I didn't know, you know, what was out there. I think a lot of people kind of have that same thing, like, I want to work in sports, and you don't really know where to start. So,
by the way, when you work in sports, you really don't work for a living.
It's true.
That's the secret. Yeah, if you can make a living and not work for a living. And sports is it.
Yeah, and so pretty much I decided to get my MBA, just kind of buy some time. So while I was doing that, I was like, I talked to my mom, and I just want to make some money while I'm doing this, and we'll see if there's I would do anything on campus just to make money. I wasn't even thinking athletics. And right at that time, it was 2019, they had someone who was kind of in my role, not really as much, Devin Musa, who had just left, and she kind of, you know, did a lot of the game day stuff and social medias, all that. So there's a lot of cracks to be filled. So pretty much I got a meeting with Bill, who had been the athletic director here for probably like 2 years at that time.
That's Bill Raleigh, our athletic director.
And just like, hey, I'm getting my MBA here. I'm a body. I can do anything you need me to do. You know, I'll fill in any cracks, whatever. You don't have to pay me. I'm just looking for experience right now.
Oh, you didn't say that in negotiation, did you?
I did. I was desperate. I was desperate. It worked out, though. But yeah, he brought me on kind of as an intern, you know, just learning all sorts of stuff. So I started out just doing all the stats, figuring that out. Needed help running game days. I did that. Help with the social media. So I did that. Needed help writing articles for the website. So I did that. Then COVID hit, and everything got shut down, and we all went home. And so over that next spring semester, because that was fall 2019, that next spring and then the summer, I finished my MBA, and I got a call from Bill over the summer saying, hey, we're going to be playing all of our sports in one shortened spring season, and I need help as in the sports information side of things. So I came back then part-time doing that, which was a bit trial by fire because we got 19 sports playing throughout 4 months. So I'd start my day at soccer sometimes, finish at volleyball, the next day out at baseball, then to basketball. It was crazy. And so I guess I did a good enough job with that. They offered me the full-time gig that next year, and then been rolling ever since.
Now, what's the challenge of you're in a way, you're kind of a one-man department covering all these sports. So what's the challenge of that?
Really just keeping it all organized, keeping it all up in my head, making sure we're not missing anything. You know, I have a pretty extensive checklist I keep in my head on, take game days, for example. You know, we got to, you know, everyone thinks you're just playing the sport, but there's a lot more that goes on in a game day outside of just two teams showing up. You know, facilities have to be set up. We got to promote it on all sorts of platforms. So I make sure the broadcast is set up. We put graphics together, go out on social media so people can find the games. They know that we're playing. Then it's the actual playing of it all, so that's staffing the tables or the press box, whatever it is, statting the games, then making sure the broadcast is running, everything the game goes smoothly, then wrapping all that up. Then it goes into post-game. We do the write-ups, any kind of promotional graphics that follow that, everything like that.
You got to update the website and all of that.
Yeah, so it's busy, making sure I'm on top of it. I got a lot of help, thankfully, with a lot of great student workers. So.
Yeah, you do. I want to talk about that. You get students to help you, and it's a paid thing. They get paid to do it. And I've been impressed with the people, except for this guy over here.
Yeah, Noah's trouble, but I like keeping him around.
No, Noah's really good at what he does. He's a senior. He'll be graduating soon. But you've got a great group of men and women who work with you.
Yeah, it's great. And really, I think it's just a great opportunity for them to, like I said, because I see myself in them a lot of times, but a lot of them want to work in sports, and they don't really know what that looks like or how to get started. So I think it's a great way for just get your feet wet. I don't give them anything too challenging until they, want more, they want to do more and they start learning more. But yeah, I mean, there's so much stuff they can do with that. I need help with the social medias. If they want to write articles, they can do that. If they want to, run the scoreboards, learn how to do stats, work the cameras, PA, all of it. It's endless, and it's a great opportunity for them.
It's really fun to see because, especially when we work either softball or baseball, we're all in a confined environment for about 6 hours some days.
Yeah.
And it's funny because it's a good-natured thing, but we give each other a lot of crap. And
yeah, it's truly my favorite season to be working. I'm a basketball guy. It's no secret. I love basketball, but I love the baseball, softball season because, like you said, we are just in this closed box for hours, and we just talk and hang out. It's a great time.
Yeah, and we give each other a good hard time.
Yeah, we do.
And we give you a hard time, too.
They certainly do. My workers love to do that. Talking to you, Brindley Gott.
Yeah. Brindley will complain until she gets what she wants.
Yes, they all know that too. They know if they complain to me enough, I'll eventually give in and give them what they want. But
yeah, during your time here as overseeing the sports department in a way, have there been some highlights that stand out to you?
Oh yeah, tons and tons. I mean, I think last year was one of our most successful years. It was an incredible run by both basketball teams. Baseball had some really awesome individual accolades. Cardoza breaking the hit record and batting average record.
Yeah.
It goes even behind the scenes a bit more outside of just playing, seeing the development of a lot of these students and these student athletes as they've grown, and even the ones that aren't, setting the league on fire in their sport. But, I got a kid like Garrett Landon who was just unbelievable. I mean, I've had him since he was a sophomore all the way through, watched him grow, and then became the valedictorian last year. It's, that's the really special stuff.
And graduated and is interested in doing what you do.
Yeah.
And he has a job now at Trinity.
He does, traitor, but we don't hold it against him too much. But yeah, I mean, but if you want to highlight in particular, it was definitely men's basketball championship last year. It was really special to be a part of that.
Yeah, they won the conference tournament and went in as the 5th seed.
Yep.
No 5th seed had ever won the tournament. They had to win 3 games in 3 days against higher seeds.
Yep.
And they had to win the championship game in San Antonio on Trinity's home court, and they did it.
And they won all 3 games by a margin of victory of just 5 points combined, which is crazy.
That
was quite the run.
Now, you are going to be, this is no secret, it's out here on campus. You're going to be leaving us soon.
I am.
And I'm going to miss you a lot.
Likewise.
Because you and I have kind of been joined at the hip for the last 3 years. I do the streaming broadcast, and Matt's the one who puts it all together, puts the cameras up, does the technical stuff.
Yeah.
And so we have been very, very close, but it's a good advancement for you. Tell us what you're going to be doing.
So pretty much I got an offer that I couldn't overlook. It's an assistant athletic director for marketing communications over at St. Mary's in San Antonio. So, jump up in division-wise, they're Division 2. So it's more transitioning into the overall creative direction of the department and stuff like that. That again, it's hard to leave this place. Like we've said, I grew up here. I've spent a lot of time developing my area and, growing with the students here. It's been really special to me. So it was a hard thing to move on. But again, something that, I couldn't pass up to keep progressing in my career.
Yeah, if you have higher goals, then there are rungs to the ladder. And you've got to take that next rung when it presents itself, and that's really what this did for you. Long term, do you want to be an athletic director? Is that your direction?
People ask me that a lot, and I don't really have a great answer. I'm not one that thinks so far ahead that I'm open to a lot of different things. I'm all about just taking advantage of the opportunities as they come and seeing where it takes me. But I would like that. I like being in the communication side of it all as well. Like I love running the socials and doing video stuff and all of that. I also see the headache that Bill has all the time. I don't know if I want to deal with as much, but I say my real answer I give is I just want to be an important person at big games. That's really it. Whatever gets me there, I'm fine with.
I've seen athletic director work too, and sometimes when you're seeing the sausage being made, it's not really all that, all that glamorous.
Yeah, it's not.
But yeah, we're going to miss you. You and I have been working on the streaming broadcast, and one of the things we wanted to do was upgrade what we had been doing, and I certainly can do that from the play-by-play standpoint. And Matt handles the technology side. And so if you don't know, I mean, Schreiner Mountaineers is where you can watch every streaming broadcast.
Yeah, and if we ever have any technical issues and you start yelling at us online, you're yelling at me, by the way, and I'm a nice guy, so this is the face of who you're yelling at.
Well, it's not always smooth because technology is great when it works.
Yeah.
But when it doesn't,
that's
a problem. And we recently had a weekend where we had softball and baseball going on at the same time.
Yep.
And we had 2 different streaming broadcasts. And we had this little problem of having no internet.
It happens. It's
It's kind of like your lifeline.
Yeah.
And so we're counting down to, okay, we're 20 minutes from airtime, and you're over there trying to. I'll give you this. You never panic. I appreciate that.
I try not to. I might be panicking internally, but I don't let it show.
One thing I've learned is I've done 3,000 NBA games, and college games probably makes it 35, maybe 4,000 broadcasts, and sometimes you have technical problems. And I've learned just to be quiet.
Yep.
Putting pressure on the person is not going to make it go any faster or make it get fixed. Be quiet, and almost always, invariably, it works out and we get on the air.
Yep.
It's tense.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's the funny part of it all is I'm not really an IT guy. I'm good at figuring stuff out, and that's just kind of the role I fell into here. And I'm kind of our de facto IT person in athletics over here. But I got, like I said, I got great support with my student workers. Like that situation you're just talking about, I mean, I pass it off to Noah to handle over at baseball while I was over at softball.
Yeah, you guys were communicating back and forth.
They get it done. So, yeah, it's a great team around me for sure.
Now, we're also going to cover the conference baseball tournament in May again. You're going to be there.
Yes, sir.
Garrett Landon's going to be there.
He is.
I'm going to be there.
We got a whole Schreiner crew.
Schreiner taking over.
Yep.
I'm going to be doing the play-by-play again, and it will be seen on sportsgram.net, and they will cover every game.
Yep.
My first year to do it was last year. First of all, I was really impressed by the facility they have in Cleburne. If you haven't been to the SCAC Conference Baseball Tournament and you've got a chance to go. It's really fun.
Yeah, absolutely make a trip. It's a special tournament that they run. A lot of them will rotate around the school. So, like, we'll host tennis, and Southwestern will host basketball. Trinity will host track, whatever it is. But baseball is one of the unique ones where they go to a set neutral site that's, like you said, it's a special facility.
It's called the Depot, and they've got a minor league baseball team that plays there. But it's really perfect for this conference. It's a great field. You can put 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 in there, and I mean, you feel like you're playing at a high level minor league ballpark.
Yeah, which it is, you know. But yeah, it's really cool, really special to go. I try to go as much as possible.
And it's 3 days, and I was impressed by the level of the play.
Oh yeah,
at Division III, when you get the 4 best teams in the conference together, there's some really good baseball.
Yeah, and they get a hard time a lot because they only take 4 instead of 6. But it's kind of the argument of why they take 4 because the higher end of the conference in baseball is just that level of competition. You don't want to like how we stole Trinity's bid last year in basketball by winning the championship as the 5th seed. They don't want that to happen in baseball. They still want their qualifying bid and all that.
Right.
So.
Right. Well, you're still going to be here for a while.
Absolutely.
And then off to San Antonio, but you're still going to be in the area. And so I just want you to know I've really enjoyed working with you.
Likewise.
And getting to know you. You're a pro, and I appreciate that. And you're always welcome back here at Schreiner because we don't play St. Mary's that much, and we don't care if we
Hey, women's basketball beat them in basketball a couple years ago.
Did
just
they?
Saying. Yeah.
All right. Matt Comuzzie. A man of all talents.
Thank you, Ted.
Yeah, thanks.
I gotta say before we wrap too, Ted, it has been an absolute honor getting to work with you as well. I mean, you really take our broadcast to such a higher level. It's a cheat code when we put stuff on. Everyone always high compliments. Like I said, I love picking your brain in the press box, all of that. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, thanks. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy doing NBA, but I'm really enjoying doing this, and I've enjoyed meeting some of the young people.
Absolutely, they're
like
fun.
This guy over here, like
they're
Noah.
fun.
Yeah,
they'll keep you on your toes.
They will. All right, Matt, thank you.
Thank you.
Matt Comuzzie has been our guest this week. We'll be back soon with another guest right here at SchreinerMountaineers.com.